Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be talking about the people on Twitter who don't understand why this is racist, why people don't like this, why people don't like their original characters who they've known for a while, who they've read about in books with a medium that specifically describes how a character looks. And these people don't understand why people are up in arms about this, and their only defense is you're a racist if you don't like this race swap. It's exactly what they do. It's exactly what they do every single time. And it's always these fucking weirdos on the internet who think everyone else is the racist one, even though you're the racist, because you decided it's okay for people to interpret a character any way they want. Especially a company like Wizards of the Coast, who have decided to take a character that people know as iconic as Aragorn, and they think this is an okay interpretation of Aragorn, and they do this all the time to stir the pot. So we're just gonna go through a few people here. So this is of course the Magic the Gathering account, and Aragorn, this is not Aragorn, gave it a new name called Anduril Flame of the West, and of course Magic the Gathering themselves, the official Magic the Gathering account themselves, have been hiding replies. They have been hiding replies on this post. Charged with new adaptation of fictional characters non-white. Okay, who's the guy holding it? The blacksmith? Or be like me and not buy the set? And it's like, why are you black? Discount Aragorn won't see a China release. This is not Aragorn. This is just a random thing you guys did because you felt like changing characters. This down here is the real Aragorn. Why did you guys have to mess that up? Why? Like, what's the purpose? Gondor has no king. Gondor needs no king. Aragorn looks like he's about to destroy McDonald's. Amazon's Magic the Gathering, Universes Beyond, Lord of the Rings, Clown World. People were totally glad with Kaya and Teferi with nothing to say about it because it was legit. But you had a deep plunge all that woke shit. Aragorn's not African. And here we have Andrew. Where's Aragorn? Cosplay is cosplay. People can do what they want. They should commission a custom card. Aragorn is white. I'm tired of blackwashing of characters. We should send the Pinkertons after whoever thought this was a good idea. I wasn't just blacked out. I was blacked the hell out. Who's that dude holding Aragorn's sword? People are allowed to interpret characters in any way they choose. Oh, I didn't realize that Wizards of the Coast created the character of Aragorn. My mistake. Aragorn is white. So people who are essentially criticizing Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering's Twitter account, because they're pointing out the fact that Aragorn is a white character, has been described in Tolkien's book as being a white character, I believe with gray eyes, they said. Pale skin with gray eyes. That somehow they think it's okay to take a fictional work that they did not create, take a character that is iconic as Aragorn, and change it to the way that they feel he should look on a card. And those are just some of the hidden replies on this tweet. But you have multiple people like Razeth, Knight of the Reliquary, pronouns in bio, no one should listen to you. Fun fact, everyone, people are allowed to interpret characters in any way they choose. You don't like it, don't consume the product. It's literally that simple. How do you interpret a character in your own way that's already been interpreted the right way, in my opinion, from the author and the creator of the character? You have Eurus McPoe, racist quote-unquote fans molding because Aragorn's portrayed differently than they expect him is hilarious. Yes, people who enjoy the source material, who are actual fans of Lord of the Rings, expect their characters to look like the characters that they've read about for decades. It's the same thing like with Black Panther. If they made Black Panther right, you bitches would be up in arms all day long about it. But it's okay when you race swap a white character to a black character. It's been going on for years from Hollywood, and it's always the same exact rhetoric of you're racist if you don't like the change that we made to a character you like. As a longtime Lord of the Rings fan, you are not a longtime Lord of the Rings fan. I can tell you right now, just by your dumbass statement, that you are not a Lord of the Rings fan. Even from before the movies, I gotta say I don't really care. Well, then you're not really a Lord of the Rings fan. Plain and simple. If you don't care about someone changing the source material, you really don't care about this IP. So nobody knows why you're even caring. You're even talking about it. You clearly don't care, so why are you making a comment? And this was in response to Andrew, who was saying Aragorn wasn't black, pass it on. Well, this is, of course, somebody I responded to. I said, it's actually a try to blackwash an original white character created by Tolkien that specifically describes him as a white person. That's the only racism I see here. Also, I don't see Aragorn. Where is he? You have Jimmy Wong here. Notice how it says both Wizards of the Coast and Middle-earth Enterprises at the bottom right. Yeah, that company that is no longer... that owns pieces of the IP. No shit they're going to be okay with it. No shit they're going to be okay with it. Because there's no control there by Tolkien, because of obviously he's dead, and anyone from the Tolkien family. So no shit they're going to be okay with the interpretation, this fake interpretation of Aragorn that is not there. No shit, Sherlock. But of course, you have to double down and put a bunch of whataboutism nonsense, right? Alright, all Tolkien nerds and armchair internet tryhards, aka real fans of the franchise that you are not. Would J.R.R. Tolkien, if alive, agree or disagree with his latest portrayal of Aragorn in the Magic the Gathering? He would absolutely disagree, because he was very particular in the way he wanted his characters to be portrayed. So again, this is a bullshit whataboutism. Tolkien has a full, perfect understanding of Lord of the Rings' impact and fantasy gaming's effect on society. So yes, he would 100% disagree with this nonsense. But of course, you have to further elaborate on it. This is a multi-layered, deeply complicated prompt involving race and representation and more. No, it isn't. It's simply, if you're going to use source material, if you're going to interpret a character that is already well established upon a fiction called Lord of the Rings, people are expecting you to adapt it the same way as it was written. Because the IP is not yours. It is not something you created. Enter as many times as you want, whatever length or format, but keep in mind the eventual audience is Twitter. Though if Elon wants to enter with a meme or 5-word response because it crosses his woke leftist agenda or radar, go for it. The gravest offense to this entire debacle distraction is that we cannot sit and just appreciate the wonderful work of the original movie actor Viggo Mortensen and the artist Irving Rodriguez, Magali Villeneuve, and many others art directors gave us new things to love. There is no reason to love this. So if it was so important for you to have this black representation of an original white character that people love, why didn't you race swap Arwen? Why is Arwen not race swap? Why is it just Aragorn? Makes you think, doesn't it? I firmly believe that we should encourage each other to treat our fandoms with love more often than fear. Do you love the original books or film interpretations? Go enjoy them with love instead of a fear of losing it simply because others are finding their way to it. Spread love, okay? Yeah. Except if you don't disagree, because according to you, 300 plus replies so far, and maybe 2 of them are actually well thought out. About as expected. And again, you have 178,000 followers, and you can't even muster up 100 likes, because clearly no one gives a shit about your opinion on this, because they know it's a bad one. They obviously understand you have a terrible opinion on this matter. David Levat, don't know who you are, but apparently you're an award-winning multimedia journalist. You're not a real journalist because you're doing exactly what mainstream does and calls everyone else racist for doing this. The same racist Nazi fuckers who complained about a black elf in Rings of Power, they don't exist, and a black mermaid in The New Little Mermaid. They complained about you race swapping an original character from a Danish folktale to black. No one would have cared if you would have just taken an original black mermaid, which they have, and used that to make a Little Mermaid film. But of course, Disney knows that no one will care, so they decided to race swap an iconic character in Ariel so that you would actually care about the film. Are now throwing a fit because a black fake Aragorn in the new Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set. I fucking hate how many racists there are in the board game space. No, the only racist here is you. for you calling everyone else racist just because they want to see an accurate depiction of a character that they've come to love. Just for context, here we go. I have my own Aragorn here. Does he look black? No. He looks pretty fucking white to me. Why is his hair short? His hair is short in the picture here. This man has long hair. So, for you to sit up here and act like everyone else is the racist because they want a character that they love to look like the character that they've read about is somehow funny to me. Racist Nazis losing their mind over a black Aragorn. Black Aragorn is off-putting and insulting because it is. Laugh my ass off. That's a little terrible. Enough with the black people. Yes, enough with the race swapping of white characters to black characters. It's such an overused and boring trope at this point. Disgusting. They're losing their mind. They're not losing their mind. They're just calling out the nonsense that people are saying. Please report this racist piece of shit. Respecting authors' vision of their art is good. I didn't like when adaptations made red-skinned characters of Earthsea pale, and I don't like that they depict Aragorn as some black guy. This is not racist. You're just a fucking moron. If you follow me and you have a problem with Aragorn being black, please effing unfollow me right now. I'm tired of this hobby being contaminated with racists. Again, another one of those, you're racist if you don't like our shitty race swap of an iconic character you like. You think the sword doesn't look very Middle-earthy? You're applying with actual racist slurs and jokes laced in racial stereotypes just because someone painted a black Aragorn? That's not Aragorn, so, because Aragorn's not black. Who's that N-word that stole Aragorn's sword? Okay, you may have these people, but they're most likely very few and far between. If you're pressed about this hot, sexy Aragorn, then I hope your phone is always on 5% battery, your drinks are always the wrong temperature, and your socks always soggy. So, essentially saying your life should be hell because you don't like this trash depiction of a character you like. Black guy who's clothing that Aragorn, carrying Aragorn's sword. What do Wizards of the Coast mean by this? You're racist. That's not Aragorn. Stop destroying Western culture. I played Magic the Gathering back in the days of black border sinkholes. This propaganda needs to stop or Magic the Gathering eliminated. My children will never know this game I loved. You're a worthless racist. It's the same stupid answer for every single reply. It's a stupid thing. Aragorn is a fictional character. You're just racist. If it's a fictional character, right? Because he is a fictional character. Why is it so important to race swap him then? Oh yeah, because they have to rewrite who the character is and disrespect the work of Tolkien, all the people who've read Tolkien for years, and think this is okay. Guess what? Aragorn wasn't black. Guess what? You're a racist. No, they're not. You're the only racist who's calling everybody else racist because you're projecting onto other people who want to see a character the way he was written. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. This is all he talks about. All he talks about is everyone being racist. Right? If you hate it, why don't you leave? Make sure to pack your toothbrush. Targetory receives over 30K in donations after angry customers tweet backfires. Oh my god. You're the fucking dude who is asking for the 1 penny toothbrush, the fake display toothbrush. If this is you, my guy, shut the fuck up and get off the internet. You have no legs to stand on. If this is you, because it does look like you. If this is actually you, that's really funny to be pointed out by Lofty Pixels. That this is the person calling everyone else racist when you're a fucking brokey who couldn't fucking afford a toothbrush. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Oh my god. Wow. Look at the replies. Racism is alive in this community. To act like this isn't an issue in this space is incredibly ignorant. This racism is under the disguise. It's not true to the character. It's not. He's pale skin and gray eyes right in the book. Oh, wow. Using source material is hard. You're not welcome in the magic space if you're amongst this hate. You're not welcome in the Lord of the Rings community if this is how you actually feel about race swaps. I'm sorry, but you're not a real fan if you actually like this. I'm sorry, you're just not. And I don't care who that offends. But for you, and I'm specifically talking about people who just say that you're racist because you don't like this race swap. That's who I'm referring to, just to clear that up. I'm referring to the people who say garbage things like this because you refuse to accept mediocrity and a race swap of a character you love. And of course you got roasted in the quote tweets. Reminded that race swapping characters is mid-level violence, a tactic Marxists use to evoke negative response from people so they can point at you and say, "Oh, I knew you were a racist," and gaslight you. Here's a great example of someone who's attached on the reality of the situation. This is the racial equivalent of, "See, I made myself the Chad and you are the soy jack, so I automatically win. Y'all heard massa, eat your scraps." Wizards of the Coast. Sales are down. What can we do? I know we'll make Lord of the Rings cards. But wait, that won't get us attention. I know. We'll race up a main character, and when people complain, we'll call them racist, and then the internet will advertise for us. Yeah, this always works. Good job. It's you who has no place in this hobby. You don't belong here. Scum like you is why we have to gatekeep our hobbies. 100%. 100%. Because this is the type of community that is created when all people see in characters is race. Right? And all these people who want to call you racist because you don't like what they do to your original material that you've always known about. Especially they do this in comics, where comics are a visual medium. You see the characters a certain skin color, and then it's changed in the movie, and you complain about it, and they call you racist if you don't like it. It's such a weird thing that in this day and age, we cannot have anything that can possibly stay true to the source material. Except for like Super Mario Brothers, because apparently when that stays true to the source material, the critics hate it. And that's fine. They can hate it all they want. They wanted this whole Peach girl boss. They wanted her to be the hero and not Mario of his own movie. And when Nintendo decided to stick to source material and keep Mario the main character of his own film, they get rewarded with almost $1.3 billion in sales, because that's how you properly sell an IP that's been around so long. You stick to the source material, you can create something new that would appease your fans rather than antagonizing them because they hate a decision that you made, that you purposely did so that you could get a reaction out of them. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do not interact with anyone that I've shown in this video. Subscribe for more content like this. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.